So we'll give this a shot. Right. So you all find yourself in a wagon, traveling towards a little outpost called Night Sanctuary. Now, Night Sanctuary is the main training ground, the Dorga Army, which is mainly and primarily a dwarven fortress. And the reason you're all there is you've all been recruited, as there's been an increased number of attacks by mutants in the area, and you're all planning to help your own area and nation and your own region defend against these attacks. This was not a choice of your own. You were recruited, conscripted, however you want to describe it, and you're all just sitting there in this wagon. And you pull up into the town of Night Sanctuary, and you notice there are 8 people in the wagon. Would you like to introduce yourselves? Very silent bunch, I've noticed. So
no, I hate
you
people.
notice there's a little gnome in the corner. He says, well, we may as well get to know each other. So you, points to the other gnome, who is Gwendolyn.
Oh, hello. Well, I am Gwendolyn, dog. I mean, you should know me. I had a very famous store in my little town. Unfortunately, it is burnt down. So, I'm looking for another occupation. What are you guys here for?
Well, if none of you are going to speak, you, the dwarf over there, points to Broxigar.
Well, I've always wanted to be a fighter, and, oh shit. Fuck, I fucked up. Oh well, my name is Broxigar Ironfur, and, I am from Doggerhelm. And, I've always wanted to be a fighter, so
Did you just
here I am.
start over your presentation?
Yes, I did.
I like you. You're special.
Thanks. So,
Why have you always wanted to be a fighter?
I've always dreamt of the glories of battle, but my father wasn't as compliant as me when it came to fighting.
Why not? Is he a wuss?
Oh. One could say that, but he is a man of faith, and he wanted me to be some kind of diplomat, but it was not to my liking.
Okay. You, elf man over there, points to Archeo.
My nipples are showing through the shirt.
Shut up, halfling! I didn't point to you. Elf, speak.
Name's Archeo. Been a sailor for many years. Been on land for a couple of years now. Decided to just come back into fighting, start my training again, so I don't get fat and lazy. And the reason why I come this direction is because I just love the dwarves. There's no better race. The dwarves are the best.
Why do you love the dwarves?
Because they can handle their ale.
Ew!
I think that's a little bit racist.
You see the half
It's true, though.
say, "Hey, why can't we handle our ale?"
Sorry, what?
Why can't we handle
Well,
our ale?
the ones I've met can't. But I'm not trying to be racist. I just know that the dwarves can.
Well, you're in for a treat.
Let's stop at the next tavern.
As for you, halfling who keeps touching himself, points to Paris.
I have this whole plan. Hello there, fellow adventurers. You may know me from such plays as Who's Who? The one-man play. Why the fuck am I here in the immersive play? And what the fuck is he doing? My most favourite. I know. Try to contain your arousal. My presence has that effect on people. Why am I here, you may be asking? Well, I'm on a quest to find the perfect cast for my latest play. Please end me. I'm auditioning people all week. You can also buy my new autobiography, The Tales of Paris Thespies, The Man of Many Talents, or something. Tells the story of how I found the fact that I'm the most amazing performer in the whole world, of course. How I came across my lovely half-orc in Elena Thespies. Then the sad tale of how I lost her. As irrelevant as you may be from this carriage, I know that I am the most exciting thing to happen to you guys in the last how many years? Probably as long as you've struggled your way through this poor existence you call life. Due to my considerable generosity, I will be giving away free tickets for my amazing play which I'm performing later tonight. Please end me for only 8 gold pieces per person. You may have to sell your house for this performance, but I can promise you will find a new purpose because of this. Are you to live on, or maybe not? Well, find out tonight by the center of the camp. Also, to any beautiful ladies in this carriage that need a place to stay, my door is always open. To the men, it's not gay if it's in a 3-way. Am I right?
I'm okay, thank you.
Well,
that was interesting. Hopefully this guy's a bit more sane, points to Balasur.
He's a bit full of itself, but...
Also, Aiden, give yourself inspiration. Straight up. You've earned yourself inspiration already. Just above your proficiency bonus.
Interesting name you have. Paris, sir? Paris, you say? I never heard of a Paris. These plays you speak of? Of all the books I've read, of all the libraries in Canada, I never heard of these plays you speak of. Well, I forgot to say my name, sorry. Balasur here. Balasur. Balasur.
They like saying his name a lot, I've gathered.
I'm sorry, I've no practice with common tongue in the fair. Difficult tongue, strange for my tongue of my dragonborn tongue. Been so smooth.
Okay then.
So, how do you end up here, Dragonborn?
I was interested in what knowledge your dwarves might have. Well, as the elf over there so delicately put it, ale is a very good topic to start out for you dwarves. Although, I'm more interested in if you have any particular myths or dragons.
Well, the drinking we can help you with. The other parts, you'll have to ask some other dwarves.
Yeah, the dwarves aren't exactly the most interesting
Have you ever
race.
heard of a mountain dragon?
A mountain
what?
dragon.
Mountain dragon?
No.
Nope. You're asking the wrong race for knowledge. You shouldn't be asking the dwarves for this sort of stuff. They're not, like, all there because of all the ale and stuff. And,
What's that supposed to mean?
oh, nothing. You keep
darling,
your big weapons, dear sir. I'm not trying to offend you. You're good on the front line. You're good. I'm not denying that. You then notice that there's 2 others in the carriage. The half-orc, which piped up about liking to drink, and also a half-elf, who is also involved in the carriage, but hasn't really said much. The gnome, however, piped up and says, by the way, my name's Fizzlewink Sprockets. I am a adventurer from far-off lands, and I hate everyone around me. Get used to it. I got disowned from my own tribe, and I'm just here to kill cursed people to avenge my family. That's the end of me. What about you two? He looks at the orc. Or the half-orc, sorry. It's there. And she speaks up. I am Lasgar! Oh, it's the same voice. I am here with my best friend, Belsin Saris, and we're here to fuck shit up. And you see Belsin just going, yeah, I'm here with Lasgar. We're just doing our own thing. Just ignore her. She's had a few to drink already. Right. You then feel...
That kind of fucking stuff up I can get behind.
I like you, dwarf. I like you.
Me too.
Spirited lunch.
I'll give you the first
a
bite of my
interesting
food.
one.
It's
Wait a
gonna
second.
be nice.
Interesting, gnome. Why are you giving other people food? We only had a certain amount of rations in the army. Why are you giving away this stuff so freely?
Because it's my passion to make food. I love it. I don't care if I had a little bit of potions to do. I can work my magic on it, and everyone will smell their. Okay, not smell. I mean taste. The splendid.
Calls herself a
Ingredients.
connoisseur in food. Jeez. Right, you then feel the wagon pull to a stop. Right, maggots! Get off that wagon now! So, you all then followed by. And as you all line up, you then see this big, burly, human just standing there in front of you and goes, right, combat training, go! And you all look bewildered as to what it means. And then
I'm
in the
more like a
distance-
cook than a soldier, really. I can feed the soldiers when they're on the battlefield, but fighting isn't really my thing.
He walks up to you and he goes, did I ask what you used to do?
No, but you should use my more qualities that I'm good at rather than just feeding me to the enemies, yes?
Do I look like I'm hungry?
Rather, yes, from my view.
Well, I'm not. Now, get on with it.
You're not you when you're hungry.
Product placement. Broxigar, stop it.
You're making character.
So, past this big burly warrior, you notice that there's a couple of combat dummies. And you imply from what this big burly man was saying is he wants you to show off what you can do. So, could all of you begin an attack with these combat dummies? So I'd like you to roll first an initiative check.
Hold on, let me. What was initiative check then? It was D something plus 20.
So can you all remember how to roll in rolls?
Yep. I was just trying to remember what die I needed to roll. And plus modifier or minus. Which is.
Arkeo?
Just rolled.
Dexterity, was it?
Dexterity, yeah.
Oh, cool. I kind of forgot
Cute.
it was 30.
We'll ignore Paris for now. Okay, have you all added your dexterity on?
Hang on. I'm. Check my dex.
So, Arkeo, what does that leave you on with your dexterity modifier? Or is that you?
13 dexterity plus 3.
Plus 3, so 16 you got in that one.
Yes.
Gwendolyn, in total, is that 12?
Yep.
Okay. So, first things first, we have Arkeo. How would you like to attack this combat dummy?
I tried to sneak up behind him and hit him in the
Sneak up
back.
behind an inanimate dummy. Okay, yeah, sure. And what are you going to attack it with?
Those are lighted. Dual daggers.
Dual daggers. Okay, fair enough. Now, could you roll your chance to hit? So I think that's 1d20 plus your dexterity modifier.
1d20 plus dex is
Oh, sorry,
6.
plus your hit bonus. So yeah,
Oh, plus hit bonus.
Yeah.
Um.
or attack bonus. I think it says on your character sheet.
Yes. Is it plus both numbers or just once for the dagger?
Both numbers, so it'll be your plus dexterity and plus your proficiency, which should be I think 5. I think yours is.
Yes, 5 on both.
Okay. Yep. And what did you roll?
A 3.
Okay. So you go
Oh,
into.
no, wait. Yeah. No, sorry. Yeah.
So you go into swing for this, and you just manage to clip the shoulder off the dummy. Okay?
All right.
And you just see the man look at you and go, B team. How much damage do you do, by the way? Can you roll your damage on there?
Do I roll them both at the same time?
Yeah, 2d4 plus dex, I think, too.
Yeah. Plus. Yeah. Exactly. But dex is 3.
Makes sense.
So.
You're not getting the best rolls here, are you, buddy?
No, so I roll 4 on both, so 8 total.
8 total. That's still hefty damage. So you definitely clean cut them off. He's got a good weaponsmith. Just his skills need improvement. Right, next we have you, the Dragonborn. Go.
Crackman. Alistair cracks his knuckles, cracks his neck, and then he casts catapult into the air on the dummy, which is what 3d8, I think.
First, if you're casting a spell, you got to do 1d8 first to see if you have a magical mishap.
Okay, so then I do.
That's fine.
3d8.
You succeed.
And let me check Grimoire. Grimoire is.
So, what object are you throwing?
1 to 5 pounds.
Yeah, what object are you throwing?
Can I throw the target at me?
It doesn't weigh 1 to 5 pounds.
Alright, so then I pick up a rock from nearby with my catapult and then fling it at the dummy's head.
Okay. It can't move, so it fails the dexterity throw.
No, with the catapult spell.
Yeah, I know. The object would strike a creature that must make a dexterity saving throw. It can't move, so it can't make a dexterity saving.
Oh, right, okay.
And then could you do 3d8 damage, please?
Done.
8 damage, so just about the same. You probably knocked the other shoulder off this training dummy.
9?
Which Archeo already dismembered
Give me
one shoulder off.
Men jag har redan ätit, ja.
9?
Ska jag ta ner det här då?
Var det kanon?
Ja, han är på maten.
Jag laddar upp, jag vet inte.
So, next, what do we have? We have... Gwendolyn!
Hello. Question. Illusion cantrip, does that count as a like spell one or the other one?
Spell one or another one, what do you mean?
Like there's like this
Right.
cantrips.
back,
There was like one spell category in the level 1 spells is another category.
Illusion, I believe, is cantrip.
I'm pretty sure illusion's cantrip,
I don't
yeah.
want to use it. Well, as I told you, I'm not really a fighter. I'm
Fight,
a
gnome! Fight!
I was going to, but you know, I don't really see myself using my magic abilities for this, so I'm just gonna use my little slingshot because, you know, as you know,
Just get on with
my
it.
best weapon. Yeah, take it easy. I'm going.
And so roll for the sling,
Yes, so 1d20 plus your dexterity to see if you hit.
and that's nothing. Oh, I did that wrong. Sorry.
Sorry.
I put a
Zero.
instead
No,
of a 0.
16? Yeah, you knock it clean in the head.
Just my luck. When I'm trying to show I'm not a fighter, I make it bad.
So could you
Sorry,
roll for damage, please?
officer.
Which is 1d... I think 4 plus your dexterity.
Dexterity, I don't have any dexterity.
Okay,
So.
that's fine. Which 1d4. So, as you sling this rock, it just bounces off the top of the head of this trainer. There was like... Good accuracy! Just really shit strength. Just... yeah, B team.
What did I tell you, officer?
And finally,
I
Broxagar.
missed my thing. How did I do? Because I was talking to my sister, so
You cut off the other shoulder. With-
yeah.
What do you want, Pix?
Question. Yeah, that didn't count as a fail then. I
There's
mean,
no
considering...
fails. Like, you still hit. Like,
Okay.
there's no
because
fails. It's just
also
he's assessing you.
Yeah. I'm just asking, considering the future when I fail in the fight and I need to do the mutation thing.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. You just remind me when that happens. If it
Okay.
happens.
Will do. I'll make you roll.
Cool.
So Broxagar, what do you do?
All right. I bring out my warhammer.
Okay.
I grab it with both hands.
Yep. Happy days.
I waddle up to the training dummy and I swing towards it.
Could you roll 1d20, please? Plus
Yes.
your strength and proficiency bonus.
Strength and proficiency.
Yes.
Oh shit! Forgot to write the roll.
Holy shit! so you do double damage, to say the least. Could you roll 1d10 plus strength, please, for your attack? Yeah, you literally swing down in this train dome and it just explodes into dust as it just settles across the floor. And you just see the face of the warrior. Holy fuck! 18. He's in the army. We need him. He's good.
Alright.
Oh god. He also notices that there isn't everyone that they said they would be on the wagon. This is because Paris is then buggered off somewhere to probably go write the script for his next play. So he then sees Fizzlewink Sprockets just throwing a sword up in the air, waiting for his turn, and then he just sees the dwarf destroy this train. He was like, no fun for me. As well as the half-orc, who's like, well, don't have to heal anyone, so happy days. And then there's Bessis, the half-elf, who's just like, He's just like twiddling a coin in his fingers, like, time to drink. So, now, after a bit of introduction to the entire army, where basically there's a policy that you don't have to explain anything about you with the whole mutations thing, as long as you mean well, which they did by a truth test before you were recruited to the army. You then all find yourself in a tavern, believe it or not, in the town of Night Sanctuary. What would you like to do?
I want to take an ale with a dwarf that smashed the training dummy to pieces.
Okay. So
I will take you up on that.
so you walk up to the barkeep and says, "What's it gonna be, elf?"
2 ales, it's all on me.
4 silver, please.
Here you go.
So just note down minus 4 silver pieces from you.
Wait a
Yes,
second.
sir.
I think it's about time, Dodo.
No.
It's not me who's deciding this.
Thank you. Thank you.
To which the barkeep holds up his own glass of ale, cracks open a cold one, and pours it out.
Cheers to the training dummy, my dwarf friend.
Cheers.
So my rule with drinking, Dodo, is roll a 1d10 to see how drunk you get off of it.
How?
How you
A 1D
take your
1d10. How resilient you are to alcohol.
This can go very hard.
You knock it back in one
shit.
quick drink. All of it is gone, and the entire bar is like, holy fuck, that elf can drink. Meanwhile, Broxigar. You know, he takes it, he's not eating too much today. Like, not his usual full diet. So he's like, yeah. And then the bartender, dare I do this?
Is there no racial bonus to that because I'm a dwarf?
Oh no. Meanwhile, the bartender. Cheers, lads. He then passes out. Completely. Just passes out behind his very own bar.
You can rate the bar.
So, what would you like to do next? Clearly, this bartender has had a lot throughout the night, because he seems to give himself one every time someone else buys one, for some promo he gives himself, I guess. What would you guys like to do next?
That's not really a good thing to run a business.
You just hear a gnome commenting on, like, his political and economic structure of his business.
Is your manager here?
Just you hear him groaning on the floor. So, what would you like to do, Gwendolyn?
So freaking
Dead.
Well, I'm I want to do my passion. I want to go to the cooking room and start making my feast for this first day of training.
Well, there's currently no one guarding the kitchen right now, because this bartender was also the chef at the tavern.
So I can go all crazy up in here.
So you walk into the kitchen. Could you do a perception check, please?
So I have nothing. So it's just a 1d20 then.
Yes. Seven. So you walk in and you notice there is a cupboard labelled meats and a cupboard labelled vegetables, and there's a few pans and other stuff lying around with a very basic stove in the kitchen. So, what would you like to cook?
I want to do my meat ragoon. That's very in the special of my store that once was. I still mourn it every evening.
Okay, and could you roll 1d10, please?
No.
Okay, that's fine. We'll just ignore that then. And now, could
What are you ignoring?
you
Not
know
just
what
me and
you're
my
ignoring?
crap.
You know what you're ignoring.
Okay.
So next, could you do a? I'm going to make this a medicine roll, because how will you infuse herbs into your dish, and how many people are you cooking for?
Well, I like the dwarf and I like the gnome. We were like the ones that was gonna drink and appreciate each other. So let's make 3 meals because
3
I
meals,
actually
okay.
promised that one.
Could you do 3d20, please, plus your medicine bonus?
Where are your medicine? No, yes. Very small little thing. Plus 2. Is that right?
Damn, 2 20s. Holy shit.
Do not have to, don't like. I have a cooking skill like people haven't had in like centuries. Don't underestimate it.
Okay, so who are you giving the 20s to, and who are you giving the 9 to?
I give it to Cigar because obviously he fucking killed that training thing when I was gone, so I'm impressed. So I want to be on his good side, you know.
Why, thank you.
And who's the other 20?
I gave that to myself.
Okay. So both of you gain inspiration from your amazing cooking.
Yay!
Oh.
And then, who did you give the other one to?
And the last one that is in the 20 is to like the gnome that appreciated Roxigar. I don't know which gnome that was, but you know.
Fizzlewink Sprockets is his name.
Who?
Fizzlewink Sprockets.
Oh. Fizzlewink.
Thanks, Gnome. I say we're gonna stick together well on this one. So, Dragonborn, what would you like to do in the tavern?
Thank you.
It was drill master guy called quickly.
You don't know his name.
Okay. I am going to go hit the books, see what tales these dwarves can tell.
Okay.
Always heard tales about these dwarven tales of theirs.
So what if you don't know where the library is?
Fox seems to be a local here. He'll probably know where.
So he walks up to Broxigar.
You all right there, Dragonborn?
I'll. You see,
You here for a drink?
I seem to remember you saying you're from around here. You happen to know where I can find a decent selection of books?
I am a local of Dorgerhelm, yes, but I do not know the layout of this camp, sadly.
Interesting. Perhaps the quartermaster will be able to help.
So you notice a bunch of soldiers in the corner, and you head up to them. What do you want, Dragonborn? Why are you here?
I'm looking for your book, for your storage of books. books, scrolls, knowledge, something. I trust you have something of this arrangement.
You notice a couple of guards in the background, sort of like laughing underneath, like hidden breaths, like, Jesus, he's here to read books? What the fuck is he here for? To fight or to read? And you overhear this.
You fool! Not. You fool! Fools all of you! If you don't move, if you don't learn from your past, then you're doomed to repeat it.
Could you roll an intimidation check, please?
1d20. Yeah?
What's your intimidation?
Intimidation. And it's charisma, yeah?
Mm-hmm. It's the one in the roll box, which is intimidation.
Ooh.
That's 3. 1d20. And where's my rolls gone? Ah! So many tabs. 3? Yeah, that's 3.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, like, alright, okay, Dragonborn, fine. We don't have a library here, we just have weaponsmiths and we have a few merchants. I can give you a map of the land, I guess, but that's the best I can offer, I'm afraid.
Allowed to do for now. Thanks, soldiers.
Message this into the chat. That works. You guys got that?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you notice that the Dragonborn has been given some details and you decide to go over and check it out, leaving the bartender still passed out behind his own bar.
I've seen a bunch of red numbers, that's about it.
There's a second one as well, I believe.
Oh.
It should load up what each of the numbers mean. Each of the each of the numbers on that list represents a different house, and then who lives inside that house. And if you scroll a bit further down, you'll notice what each one has in it. Like some of them are shops. You'll notice.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
There's also a few guards, a few churches in there as well.
A detailed map. This will be interesting to have a look at.
It's our census we keep around, so we make sure everyone goes around knowing who's here, who's not. We have to keep track of everything.
Ah, yes, a smooth working army requires that. Don't want messing soldiers everywhere.
Exactly. The closest place you can find the book is the ancient Hydra Athenium. So talk to Brock, he might be able to get you what you want.
My thanks.
Okay, so we go back to the two drinking dwarves. Probably the dwarf and the elf. And the elf's probably a little jealous because he's just had this beautiful meal cooked up for him. And he's just sitting there with nothing in front of him. And seen this gnome happily give the dwarf a meal and then walk off, never to be seen again. So, what would Archeo like to do?
I get what?
Can I be filled in? Sorry.
Yeah, it was on like to fill Paris in.
Oh.
I think just before combat he left.
Well, we were doing the training dummy test, whatever.
I just finished introducing myself before I left.
Yeah, we arrived at the training field, so to say, where the training dummy was standing.
Mm-hmm.
We each individually tried to attack it. I hit it, but the what was he called? The guard that was training us, so to say, didn't like me. Pix, what happened to you?
Well, I hit it very accurately. That didn't do any damage, but that's what I kind of said to the officer or guard, whatever. So, I mean, I'm not really that mad about it.
Then Toby attacked.
Yeah, I didn't hear my result.
Toby used his first level spell Catapult, which he only casts twice a day, on throwing a rock at this training dummy, which knocked the shoulder clean off it. And then Broxikar came along.
Yep, I smashed the dummy into pieces with my warhammer.
Nice.
Clean smashed it into dust. And now we're in the tavern, believe it or not, where Archeo bought Broxagar and himself a drink, and the bartender decided to pour himself one, then passed out because he was too drunk.
Wait, who passed out?
The bartender.
The bartender.
Okay.
Then our resident gnome decided to take it upon herself to go cook everyone a meal, but by everyone I mean the 3 people she likes, herself, the other gnome, and the guy who smashed the training dummy to pieces.
Hey, we didn't have much material.
Toby's already threatened the guards with books. Found out there's a guy called Brock somewhere in town. And now it's Dodo who's probably feeling pretty malorn that the other gnomes have had a meal, the dwarfs had a meal, and he's just sitting there with a pint and an empty stomach.
Nice.
So,
Well, if I decide that before I go and fill my stomach, I might need to help this bartender who's just laying there behind the bar.
okay. So what are you going to do?
I'm gonna try to pick him up and carry him to his room.
Okay, so can you go over there and do a strength check to see if you can pick him up? Because dwarves are quite stocky, sorry, so...
Alright, and a strength check is D20.
D20 plus your strength bonus, yeah.
Okay. Strength bonus is... Hang on. I rolled a
that's
19.
fine. You pick him up with ease and you put him like a fireman's lift, so he's just laying here on your shoulders like this. And
Alright.
you notice there's some stairs. And you head up them because they lead to the rooms in this tavern. For people who are too drunk to go find their own camps, their own house for the night. So you head upstairs. Could you do a perception check, please? Aiden left.
Did I?
The rolls room, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
And if I may ask, what is the perception check? D20 plus...
You should have a skill which says perception, I believe.
In
oh,
that
yeah, alright.
acrobatics and shit.
Yeah, and then plus the modifier, I guess.
Oh no.
Yeah, plus the modifier which says perception.
Plus 3 for me.
Sean.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a
My
4.
entire character sheet has just been lost.
One sec. I have a very basic one. Maybe 1 second. RQ. There you go. So you rolled a 14, and you notice that there is one door which has been frequently used more and more, because you can see like the wear and tear, and there's like muddy footprints into it which have been worn into the wooden floorboards. You notice there's two other rooms which don't seem to have locks on, and then one more room across. So you've got like 2 here, and then 2 behind it. The first one on your right has been frequently used. The one opposite it has a lock, and the other 2 don't have locks. So what would you like to do while carrying this dwarf on your shoulders?
Does the one that has been frequently used have a lock on it?
No.
Let's see. I am trying to open the one with the lock on it.
Trying to open the one with the lock on it? You trying to break it down, or are you trying to open it?
I'm trying to open it gently.
Trying to open it gently. So you turn the handle and you notice that it's it won't turn. The lock has been locked on it.
Alright.
What would you like to do?
I'd like to search the bartender's pockets for a key.
Okay. Could you do another perception check, please?
2 seconds again, guys.
No worries.
I rolled a 7.
7. You don't find anything of interest. You find the 4 silver pieces he clearly pocketed for himself instead of actually putting it in some sort of communal till because he'd had a little bit too much to drink. He's like, oh, money, thanks for the tip. Didn't actually pay for the drinks. And you also find another gold piece from somewhere else. So you gain 1 gold piece and 4 silver if you want to keep it.
I do want to keep it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna change the numbers.
Yep, no worries.
All right. After I stock the monies in my own pocket, I go into the room that has been frequently used
Okay.
and check if there's anyone inside.
There's no one inside. All candles have been blown out, and there's just a bed, 2 sets of drawers, and a wardrobe. That's all you can see.
All right. Can I type to you what I want to do next?
No.
All right. I put the bartender down on the floor.
Yep.
And I slash his throat.
Okay. He's incapacitated, so you instantly hit. How much damage does your slice do?
Damn, no, that's cold-blooded.
I do what I have to do to survive, my little friend.
How is that like to survive?
What's the damage roll, Penna?
What weapon are you using?
Saber?
I'm using 1 dagger.
1
You already
dagger,
just
1
killed the
d4,
barkeep.
plus your dexterity bonus.
Right. You got attempted to slice its throat or something.
Dexterity. I rolled a 4.
You rolled a 4, so you definitely cut enough, and he just starts bleeding out on the floor. He wakes up from his drunken haze.
Oh my god!
And he passes out on the floor. Okay. Paris, what would you like to do?
Stop, Bruno! Fucking Dodo! Are you our new Corey?
Wait, what happened while I was away?
Someone to fill him
Dodo
in.
fucking killed the barkeep in cold blood.
What?
I did it to survive. What the fuck? He wasn't a threat to you. He was fucking drunk, and you're like, I'm gonna kill you.
How,
Well, to be fair, Sean said that he passed out. Not
how
killed,
full
but
is
yeah.
the bar?
How full is the bar? There's a small crowd. You've got about 8 guards sitting in the corner by the window. You have
Which I with books.
the ones who've been threatened with books. You've got the group of people here. So there was the 5 of you plus the gnome, the half-elf, and the half-orc. But for some reason, the half-elves wandered upstairs carrying a bartender, and the dragonborn's gone searching for Brock. And then you notice there are like 2 more groups of 3 guards, like on the other sides of. So there's you guys in the middle, big group of guards, 2 small group of guards, and then no bartender, no chef, no nothing. So it's pretty unattended, but everyone like, respects the area because, you know.
I will approach one of the groups of guards.
The small groups, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you want?
Well, you know, I just want to make some friends. Just new to the area, want to create some new contacts. You know, you might be the lucky one.
Unlucky one for
Sure.
what?
I guess to share a woman with me, of course.
Jesus. I've got my own back home. Why would I want to share one?
Yeah, because what's the fun without sex, hey?
I'm going on
Okay,
leave at the weekend. I only
Aiden
hit
is our
Dorga.
Medea.
Well, I truly lucky.
This is
But
so
any of you
weird not being
other guards want to
sex
join me?
Who's
They'll look around.
It was my bar from the last adventure.
Oh,
She was
your
kind of a
loss.
sex freak as well.
Nope, not really our loss at all. Not even slightly. What's your name? Interesting name.
I knew you would do that.
I'm Paris Thespis, of course.
Oh, of course, Paris Thespes. I know you. No, and I don't. No, I don't know you. I just know how to kill orcs.
Well, you must be one of those lowlifes then.
Lowlifes?
Yeah, well,
How
Only the-
dare you?
only the upper class and the sophisticated people know who I am.
Can you do a charisma check, please?
What's that?
Just your charisma.
So they
plus
won't end up
1d20.
beating you up for being such a no.
Alright, what I roll, sorry?
1d20 plus charisma
D20.
modifier.
7 plus... I can't see my charisma. 3
It's one
plus
of the
3.
big ones.
10, so...
10. So average insult. So, like, how dare you insult us like that?
It's not an insult. It's just how you were born. You can't help it.
Jesus Christ. You know what? You're on the right way to getting fucking lynched in this place. You better calm down. Okay.
I must warn you, I am proficient in stage fighting. I could take you all on at the same time.
You then notice an elf stand up, and he towers above you. He's like, I can show you what real fighting is if you want. And he just clutches his, like, short sword on the right side of his body.
Well, I appear to have pissed someone off. You know, only delinquents and idiots get pissed off at people.
Says someone who uses such foul language. How do you call yourself an actor?
Oh, well. I entertain, do I not?
Nope, you just annoy profusely, apparently.
Well, how about you talk to my stage crews and all that.
And when, pray tell, may we find them?
Somewhere in, I don't know, the King's Court.
Oh, we have a King's boy here, apparently. Oh dear. Whatever will we do with you, Your Highness?
It's okay, I used to be in the same position you were.
Groveling at someone? Would that be?
Sorry, I lagged out what you say.
Groveling, by any chance?
Groveling? No, I was there on account of his wedding, performing for his lovely wife. He's quite got some big tits, I'll tell you.
Wonderful news to hear. Right, you get on your way, and we'll make sure you get a very royal welcome tomorrow at training camp.
Why, thank you. I walk away.
Okay. Next
I strut away. Sorry.
Oh my god.
Broxigar.
Some friends.
Your friend who got you a pint has run off upstairs with the bartender to do unspeakable things.
Day one, Aiden almost got himself killed.
You almost got yourself attacked by a group of guards as well. You can't talk. You threatened them with fucking books. Never mind of royalty. Books. So, Broxigar, what did you like to do?
I would like to look for the friendly gnome who brought me a meal.
Okay.
And offer her a drink.
So, you see a
Thank
brightly faced Gwendolyn sitting across another table from you, which is still connected, but just a bit away.
Yeah.
Hello.
I walk up and take a seat next to her. Hello, gnome.
Hello.
I didn't seem to catch your name.
Oh, it's Gwendolyn the Ark. It's really weird you haven't heard of me because my store was famous worldwide for my excellent food. How did you like your meal, by the way, sir?
Oh, it was really great. Thank you very much.
Oh, that makes me so happy. Remember just to tell the other ones in this training camp that they really
To
should
recommend
hire
you
me.
as a chef, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. You really...
Yeah, you don't really look the fighting type.
I know. But, you know, sometimes life just takes you to other adventure and you just need to follow the stream.
Yeah, I mean, I have fought the stream a couple of times, but
Oh, yeah, I can tell you're kind of the fighting type. That's very impressive. I hope we can become friends and, you know, have each other's backs.
yeah, about that. Would you like a pint?
Oh, well, yes, thank you. I mean, you can't really enjoy a good meal without something to, like, drink with it. So I would gladly
exactly.
accept that.
Yeah, I'll go grab a couple. Oh wait, the bartenders.
You woke up to an empty bar. Would you still like to pour yourself to?
Slide in Aiden. Hello there, I am your bartender. It's a role I've never done before.
Would you like to do that, Aiden, or not?
Sure.
Could you do a performance check, please, Aiden?
Okay. How do I do that?
It's just same again, 1d20 plus your performance.
What's my performance? All right. Ugh. I can't really read it because.
It's very tiny, just like me.
Okay.
I'm pretty
I
tiny.
think you got
No, it's like
proficiency, so
really
it's
low.
proficiency plus charisma, I believe.
There you go.
10, okay. You rock up, they know it's you. they know they've seen you before somewhere. Like, you may have adorned some sort of like attire that looks, I serve a bar, but they still know it's you because of the way you talk and how you act. But like, no one's gonna question it. Like, the guards don't know you; they probably think you're a new member of staff, sort of thing. So it's just these guys know you.
Yeah. Wait, weren't you the guy who was quite open? Oh, back there in the carriage earlier today.
What an invitation.
Well, what can I say? I just grasp people. Every word I speak, everyone's just so interested in my every word. Are you not?
Well, I can see why people remember you.
You're too kind.
But oh wait. Anyhow, can I have 2 pints? 2 pints of ale.
Of ale, sure.
Yeah.
Which one's ale?
Could you do a perception check, please, Aiden? So, you notice there's 5 kegs on the floor, and you know that one of them you've had back in the King's Court, and it smells of fruit and berries. However, the other 4, only one of which you know is ale. Pick a number, 1 through 4.
3.
Okay, you pour it out. How many ales are you making, by the way?
2 pints.
2 pints, okay. And you hand them to Broxigar and Gwendolyn. However, soon do they realise that is not ale of any description. It's port. So, could you roll 2 d10s?
Everyone?
Just you two are drinking.
Me.
all right.
Me. Or
Just the ones who are drinking.
What did he serve them?
Port. Fortified wine.
D10 only.
2 d10s.
2 d10.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Anders, you only did 1 d10.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, when Gwendolyn takes her second sip of this fortified wine,
Oh
she
my
then
God,
passes
this is so
completely
relatable.
onto the floor. She's like, "That's not ale," and she's cold out. However, Broxgar's like, "Ugh, this isn't ale," and then notices the gnome just fall like a domino.
Are you alright down there?
Lightweight, I see.
You want a hand?
That's fruity. Fruity. With fruit. I'm just gonna leave her a little bit until the world stops spinning.
Are
Just,
you
just,
sure
just,
about that?
just stay here with me and talk to me about your hometown, Roxigar. That would be amazing. Do you have some noble friends that I should know about? Yes, around the area, you know.
Of course I have noble friends. I have noble friends everywhere.
Just an interjection from Paris. I have noble friends.
Have they been around like town around here like recently?
Nah, they're all noble people. They just have the money. No
So-
life experience.
Are they
Gwendolyn.
noble people or not?
They're noble people, yeah.
They're noble.
Gwendolyn.
And have they been here like recently?
I wouldn't know. I don't tend to talk to them anymore.
Ah, okay.
I get the
I
word
heard
that
my
I'm a bit
name from the
loud.
Gwendolyn,
master.
could you please roll a 1d10 to see if you come around from your stupor?
Oh shit. I need to do that.
What's your roll of 1?
A 5.
Dies.
No, you're still extremely drunk on the floor. Your eyes are just barely open, so I'm afraid you can't really do much this turn. So then we move along to the Dragonborn.
Great.
So you've just been informed about Brock. You've noticed a bartender get carried upstairs. You've seen a tiny little halfling being threatened by 4 pretty tall guards, as well as serving 2 people the wrong kind of drink, and then the gnome pass out on the floor, like clutching onto this dwarf's leg, like.
I'm okay. This leg is the best leg I ever touched.
I thought it was Archie that wanted
I
to use
haven't
Broxigar as a
touched
pillow.
those legs.
Keep in mind, I still have bristles.
It's all right. I am drunk.
So what would Balasur like to do?
Well, I suppose it would not be in the public time to meet with his Brock. So I suppose I shall risk poisoning myself with whatever swells.
So you walk up to the bar and see the Tetris block that is Broxigar and Gwendolyn on the floor. Some sort of weird contortion of creatures. And then notice a very confused-looking Paris standing behind the bar, like...
Ale? Is this one?
So, proceed.
I will have whatever they did not have.
So you notice one... So you notice out of the 5 kegs, number 1 is the summer fruity stuff from the King's Court. And you noticed this one here, the 4th one along, the one you chose 3 from the 4 you didn't know, is this stuff which made them do what they do.
Okay, I pour a 2, whatever that is.
Pour a 2. Okay,
Half
so
a pint of 2.
this one here or this one here?
The first one.
For this one here, okay. You hand them out what seems to be some sort of white spirit.
Okay.
Now then,
Here you
Balasur,
go.
could you
Wait,
please...
what did you say your name was again?
Me, Balasur.
Balasur.
Immature Balasur.
I will try to remember that, but what can I say? I'm not very good at remembering irrelevant people.
Could you please roll 4d10, please?
I'm pretty sure that is the guy from the carriage.
Yeah, I mean,
Halflings are not normally
4d10.
smart as people.
What do you think, Gwendolyn?
I think he thinks a little bit too highly of himself. He's not that good with his craft. But
Balasur, can you roll
Say it to him.
4d10, please?
I think he heard you.
For
Ah,
D10. A D10.
Yeah, 4 of them. Because drinking involves a d10 to see how drunk you get. You managed to knock these down, this entire pint of basically white methylated spirits down, and feel basically no effect. You're just... fine.
Does one of my mutations work into that, actually?
Good.
The endurance one.
No.
Okay.
So, what do you do after that?
Interesting. Give me another.
I pour another half
Are
pint.
you charging for these, by the way, Paris?
Wait, I meant to charge.
Sarah's an overpaid
In the
actor.
cigar is not the best bartender either.
What?
Not the best bartenders. This is so good at
Why do I feel this is an insult?
You
to
two
guys?
quite comfy down there.
You know what? I won't charge you for yours because you appear to need your money elsewhere.
Yay! You heard
Oh,
us,
on me! I will buy them for you.
So you're having another one,
I am the
Balasur?
entertainer tonight.
Are you two quite comfy down there?
Balasur, Broxigar's
Join
still
us.
standing. It's just
I
Gwendolyn.
want to touch your leg. Can I? Leg?
I mean, is there a
A room that's not occupied.
for touching me, lady.
Paris, you've been asked a question by Broxigar.
Is there a room that's not
like I would say.
occupied? Because I think it's time for the gnome here to go to bed.
I want
Sure.
Performance check, please.
I don't really look very pretty lying down here on the luggage.
That's a fat clump.
Oh, I had +6, just -1 off that. So that.
Okay. So yeah, you pass off that you know that there are some rooms free. You don't know what kind of rooms there are. You just know those rooms free. And
Are there
Broxigar
any
believes
keys
you.
behind the bar?
There are no keys. No.
Okay.
But as we know from like
You don't know
That-
anything.
no, but like like other characters.
All right. So are there any single rooms?
I will go check for
You're not
you.
gonna be with me, Broxigar, with your leg all night.
Okay. So off you trundle upstairs, Paris.
I check every room.
And check
I knock
every
on the
room.
door.
Every room. Oh, this is gonna be.
So you notice
I knock on the door.
the front left. It's still locked, and there's no way of entering. After even knocking, there's no sound on the other side. You then go to the back far left. Nothing. You look inside. There's a double bed. Go to the back right. Same again, exact same layout, double bed. And then you knock on the front right door.
Answer it. Yes. Who is it?
'Tis I, Paris. So I have to roll perception to see if I see the whatever.
You've not walked in. You just knocked on the door. And the door.
No, I enter. I open the. Can I open the door? Or is it locked or whatever?
Do you want to open the door? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you roll a perception to see if it's still dark?
Oh, sorry. Slash roll d20 plus. What I plus?
Perception check.
Would he get bonuses from his race for that?
No.
I can't see perception. What's
But I
it
saw
supposed to
quite a lot of it with dark sight.
I can see in dark rooms.
be? Sean, I can't really
So
read it.
can
All I can
It's
I can
your
see
wisdom.
persuasion and
It's
performance.
because we're like from the mind.
It's your wisdom. So
mountain.
wisdom, and if you're
Plus.
proficient in it, so it's got a tick box in it.
I can't see it because it's so blurry. That's...
And it's small as well.
Yeah, like the picture you sent me is
Perception is 2.
very.
So 1d20 plus 2.
Is that perception? I'm gonna interpret that as perception.
Yep.
4.
You see nothing. It's so pitch black in that room that you don't see anything, and you just know that it's probably going to be a similar layout to the past rooms, just like a mirrored version. And you just heard a voice inside, so you're like, "Oh no, never mind. Sorry," and walk out. As dramatic as ever, I'm sure.
You spin around and screw magic around you. Yeah.
So you head back downstairs, and you inform Broxigar and Gwendolyn that there are 2 rooms available.
There are 2 rooms with double beds.
There's only double rooms.
Only double rooms.
All right. I guess we'll have to settle for that then, won't we?
I don't mind. Me and your leg, it's best friends. Right? Your leg appreciates me, right, Broxigar?
Yeah, I'm
Gwendolyn.
sure.
Yeah.
Gwendolyn, could you roll a 1d20, please?
Oh. I know.
I like
Oh,
my
okay, never mind.
That's fine. That's fine. You're right. I was seeing if the bristles hurt you. So back to
Sorry,
the drink, because Balasur is waiting here for his second pint, which was not given to him straight away by Paris. So after Paris informs that there are 2 rooms, the back left and the back right, available, Balasur is waiting there, eagerly for his next pint.
Give it to him, did I know? Oh.
Is this going to be a free one again, Paris, or not?
You know what? I still don't know if how much they are, so I'm sure it's on the house. When life gives you lemons, I make lemonade and disaster.
So,
I like that.
Balasur, could you roll another 4d10, please?
40
When life gives you lemons, I make you cry.
Squeeze, squeeze. In your
Oh
eye.
dear. Oh dear. Deary, deary, dear. Right, so Balasur, you take a second drink from this cup, and because you had the last one with so much ease, you down the entire pint of white spirit in one go. And almost instantaneously, it comes back up. Preceded by you then passing out on the floor as well, next to the gnome, probably also clutching Broxicar's leg.
May have been a bad idea.
You're gonna be alright there, Dragonborn.
Can I feel your scales?
Tell you, my morning.
He has scales, right?
Yeah, they have scales.
Can I feel your scales?
You're just gonna sleep there on the floor, or do you want
By
to
this time I just passed out and just not even there anymore.
I
So
gotta
then,
feel your
Akio,
scales.
after foreseeing, or not even foreseeing, just hearing some bright halfling walk into the room like, "It's me, Paris!" And then thud, followed by a few minutes like thud on the floor downstairs. What would you like to do after completing your task?
I would like to shove the remains under the bed.
Okay. Could you do a deception check for me, please?
Yes, sir. Deception, he says.
Indeed.
Ha.
Okay. So what you do is you stuff the remains underneath the bed. However, you, with the darkness of the room, you don't take into account the trail from his neck bleeding, which has just been dragged across the floor underneath under the bed. So there's a giant line, but you can't see it 'cause it's quite a dark night.
Let's just hope everyone's too drunk to notice it.
Okay. What else would you like to do after disposing, shall we say?
I would like to walk downstairs again.
Walk downstairs. Could you do a perception check, please?
Yes, sir. Mm.
This bartender's not going to be happy if he wakes up.
He ain't waking up.
You won't.
You won't be waking
He's
up.
dead.
So as you look around the room, you notice something you didn't see quite at first. You notice there's 2 hooded figures, near the door. So there's a tiny little table, and they moved in with the process of 2 of the party members going thud onto the floor. And you notice they're looking at the party, obviously confused as to what's going on with those guys. And then they see you, and they almost turn their heads okay, that's fine. You notice the big group of guards pointing and laughing at both the gnome and the dragonborn, which have fallen down. And you also overhear the 2 bunch of guards have now joined into one, and they start taking the piss out of Paris for his failed attempts earlier. What would you like to do?
Is Paris still behind the bar?
Paris is also still behind the bar somehow.
I would like to ask Paris if he actually charged for those quote-unquote ales he served.
But how do you know?
Price on them?
You just know that there's drunk people.
I see empty glasses on the what's it called?
The bar, yeah.
Yeah, the bar itself, and I see 2 people lying down on the floor, while there's a bristly dwarf next to them.
Being caressed.
Fair enough.
So I take into account.
So he's asking you a question, Paris.
Sorry.
I didn't realize there was a price on these beers. I thought they were on the house.
All right. Since
That's
the
not very spectacular answer, Paris.
you quiet down
expected
there on
more.
the floor.
Well, I mean, this is more like me, not the character. When I'm playing as the character, I have another voice.
The innkeeper's upstairs sleeping. He should be fine in the morning. Earlier when I ordered 2 ales from the bartender himself, it cost 4 silver pieces for 2 ales.
And you want me to do what?
Well, if these guys don't feel like paying for it, I can pay for it so we don't get in trouble later.
It's all right. I will handle it.
All right, glad to hear it, Paris.
So, which keg? Yeah, no, summer
4
fruits
now.
and wine, white spirits, and
What did you say you wanted again?
port.
Me?
Don't take
Yes.
the pinky finger because then it will like use the finger to us.
I just want
I
an
do not
ale,
appreciate it.
if possible. I will pay for it myself,
Ah.
don't worry about it.
Ah, I see what you did there.
So,
I
which keg are you
just-
taking? This one? Or this one?
4.
This one. Okay.
Yeah.
So you managed to pour out the only other keg which was not ale, and it is purified water. So you hand this very interested in drinking dark elf a mug of water and call it, say, it's on the house, buddy. You enjoy that.
Thank you very much. I take a sip of it, and I tell Paris, you should learn about, you should learn ale, because this is not ale, my dear friend.
I
It's
only channel the
American.
I only channel the role. I'm not the role. I know it's hard to believe, but I'm not actually a bartender.
It's alright, it's alright. Looking at these two on the floor, I would say you did a good darn job at it.
Can I have an actual ale though?
It depends. You'll have to tell me which one is the ale.
There's only one you haven't touched.
I don't know if I've given out ale yet.
Well, I can tell you that what we got earlier, it was an ale.
And then you look at the Dragon Ball's glass, you look at this one, it's like, it's not the right colour.
And I look at my glass, this is water.
Or it could be whiskey.
Never mind. I mean,
Go back to sleep, little gnome.
I just let out a burp of fire. Just like
I
fire just comes out of my mouth.
pour a pint of
I thought about vodka.
Of the actual ale.
yeah.
Who
the
do you
one
give
that I
it to?
haven't done yet. I pour 2 pints and give it
Or
to
2 pints.
one.
Could you both roll 1d10, please?
Indeed.
Don't one of you pass out as well. Ah, you both like sort of like get very merrily tipsy, and you're enjoying the company of one another, just like cheersing with each other. Yeah. That's
Cheers, my dwarven friend.
Cheers, dark elf.
And cheers to you too. Now,
how about we hand the mug of water to Gwendolyn here?
good idea, good idea.
Gwendolyn, can you please roll 1d10 to see if the water helps?
You see this mug here, Gwendolyn? Drink this.
Can you help me sit up?
Yeah. No worries.
It doesn't help. She just sort of pours it into her mouth and just sits there and goes, yeah, and it just all like falls out again.
I think it's time for you to go to bed for the night.
Help me! I can't really sit up straight. I need someone to carry me to my.
Carry you?
Yeah.
Gonna hop down from this stool then?
Yeah.
Strength check, please, Broxy.
Alright.
Carry me like a knight in shiny armor.
1d20 plus strength then, yeah?
Yes, so you pretty much should do it unless you roll a 1.
Your hair is very
Uh,
silky,
Is
Braxar.
it proficiency as well or just strength?
Just strength.
I'm very white again.
Oh, yeah. You're like basically lifting her with your hand alone, just like carrying her as if she was like a waiter carrying a tray.
Damn your holes. You're old.
Meanwhile, as you step off to then pick up Gwendolyn, Balasso's head just goes thud on the floor from resting on your leg. So then you carry Gwendolyn upstairs, and you notice the 4 rooms, and you remember Paris told you that the front 2 are occupied, but the back 2 are free.
I don't think I did.
Yeah, but
You did.
Okay then.
you went and checked at least.
I checked. I didn't remember telling you that.
But I head to the back left room.
Back left room. Okay. Back
I might
Take-
left. It's a very nice square.
And as you lay Gwendolyn down on the bed, she is gone. Fast asleep.
Bye-bye.
Completely conked out.
Tuck her in a little bit.
Ah, that's so adorable.
Could you do a strength roll now?
Do I what?
No. I was going to make a strength roll to really, like, strangle her and tuck her in.
Oh shit! I didn't mean to.
No.
So, Balasser, could you roll a 1d20, please?
What?
1d10, sorry.
I'm out
to
for the
see-
game for some time then.
Yeah, no
For
One
worries.
nice.
d20, yeah.
Yeah. No, 1d10, 10.
Why?
What did Pig say? Sorry.
She's out for a game for a little
No,
bit.
she's just.
Oh,
Ah,
okay.
out.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're still fast. You start snoring on the floor. It's your own fault from drinking. Paris, you notice the very noble dwarf take the gnome upstairs to one of the rooms. You don't know which. And you notice the dragonborn on the floor, and also the dark elf happily sipping away at his remaining ale. What would you like to do?
Me, sorry.
Paris, yes.
Sorry,
One
I
second,
didn't hear the first
It's
half
alright,
of
no
the
worries.
sentence because my internet's having a fit. I'm just gonna pour myself a glass of water
Glass
and.
of water. Happy days.
Which one's water again?
Kia, could you roll a 1d5 to see which one you pick?
Go.
Back.
You chose the methylated spirits. Could you roll 4d10, please? Let's see what this one sip before you spit it out does to you. If one of them's. You actually, okay, you're repulsed by the taste and smell of this stuff. But as it... and you sort of just put it down on the
What is
table.
this peasant water?
And then you notice, like, the 2 figures by the door are actually starting to come towards you. And could you do a perception check, please, Paris? That's +2 again.
8.
Okay, you notice that they're both humans, and they come up and they unsheath their hoods, and they're like, "You guys are new recruits?"
Of course. Do you think someone like me would be here on a regular basis?
Right, good. We're here to do a little investigation on the new starts, and you clearly have all forgotten you have a test tomorrow morning at 6 a.m., right?
We weren't told about this, I don't think.
Right, okay, so... You've got a test tomorrow at 6 a.m.
Oh, cool. Well,
So make sure you're all fresh and ready for it, because it's going to be a tough one.
shit.
Is that all you're saying? It's like,
No. Well, I will go tell. What's his name again? Thorax? The dwarf. What was his name again?
Broxigar.
Broxer.
Broxigar.
Broke cigar.
Thor-
I'll message
Broxigar and Lynn?
Gwendolyn.
Looking
Gwendolyn.
They're,
to you.
they're all in the Vols chat. You can have a look there.
Yeah.
I know. I'm in character.
you.
I'll go tell them. So I head up and up to the room.
So you head up and you inform Broxigar and Gwendolyn. Well, you inform Broxigar because Gwendolyn's gone.
Yeah,
So-
don't worry. I'll make sure to get us both up.
And also, in the meanwhile, Archeo is informed by these two people saying, okay, you've heard us now, you know, you got a test at 6 a.m. It's currently 11. Enjoy! And take care of the Dragonborn, because we don't want to clean up his mess.
Is he just lying there in his own puke?
Yep. It's slightly singed as well from when he burped and a little bit of fire came out. It's like roasted.
No.
That smells like sulfur then as well, kind of, maybe.
Yeah.
That's a lovely smell in the bark.
So,
no,
of
I
those
won't
who
be
are still
standing next to him.
conscious, what would you like to do before you go to bed?
I just have one
That's
question.
so conscious.
Go ahead, Akio.
Do they have the hooded people? Have they left? Or are they still here?
They've headed back to the seats where they were. They're still enjoying their own lives, which they
Alright,
had from ages ago.
I want to walk up to the guards and ask them if any of them has a pipe.
The guards or the two hooded guys?
The guards.
The guards, the big group or the two small groups merged?
Let's go for the two small groups who have merged.
Small groups who have merged. You walked over. You're friend of that weird halfling, aren't you?
Excuse me, what did you say?
You're the friend of the weird halfling over there, aren't you?
Oh, I wouldn't call us friends, but we got to know each other earlier today. We're in the same we were in the same shipment of recruits. I won't say we
Right.
were any more or any less.
I'll do you a deal. Humiliate him in the training exercise you have tomorrow, and we'll make sure you're compensated for it.
How amusing as that sounds, I don't really want to do that. I don't
Why
want to get
not?
on
Look
bad-
at the guy, he's a fruit!
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. But every people should have give their chance.
You're an odd one, Elf. A very odd one.
People have told me so. I'm used to it.
Okay.
Do you have a?
Okay. Is there anything else you came over here for?
Yeah. Does any
Hobbit
one of you
lover.
have a? What did you say?
Hobbit lover.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Take it as you will.
Any of you have a pipe and some tobacco?
Not for you, we don't.
I figured as much. Then you lads have yourself a nice evening, and you can go fuck yourselves.
Intimidation check, please.
Yes, sir.
It's not really an
Where's
It
intimidation?
sounds
How?
so mean. Wow.
He's the DM, Aiden. Don't try
Oh.
to lecture him.
I'm dead soon.
And you walk away with such prowess that they're just like, okay, he's a tough guy. Fair. They have like this unmounting respect for you, almost like that you've now stood up for him, and they probably won't piss you off as if you'd roll a lower score now. So
Alright,
good
alright.
roll. But they do not have a pipe. Is there anything else you'd like to do? Would you like to try the other guards?
I would like to try ask Paris if he sees a pipe and some tobacco behind the bar.
Harris, could you roll a perception check?
All the perception.
Uh,
Perception.
Prescription.
5.
Harris, I see 5 kegs. I still don't know what's in what. I see a very dragonborn.
Get that. That's important.
What is tobacco?
So yeah, he sees fuck all.
Thank you, Paris, for your hard work. But I think I go to bed now.
Just
Okay.
pull like a plumbing pipe. Here you go.
God.
Broxigar or Paris, would you like to do anything before bed? Broxigar's still currently in the room tending to this forest nose.
I'd like to go drink a cup of water. Because I always do that before bed.
Such a good little dwarf. So you head downstairs to see Paris ripping apart the plumbing. Trying to help out the elf. What do you say to Paris?
What are you doing?
He asked for a pipe of tobacco.
I think he meant a smoking pipe. Like when, like one of those you put tobacco in and then you light it and it does smoke.
A campfire?
Kind of, but really small.
You simpletons are crazy.
No, but anyhow, could you pour me a mug of water, please?
Sure.
Roll 1d5, please. No, 1d4, because you know the 4 is now definitely methylated spirits.
1.
You successfully give him water.
Yes!
Thank you, sir.
You drink it, and you've removed the disadvantage I was going to give you tomorrow, which everyone else but Paris is going to get.
Wait, what?
Everyone else is going to have hangovers, but you know.
Yes!
And Paris, because Paris has touched his peasant water and left it on the side. Are you going to head to bed now, Broxigar?
Yes.
Perfect.
I mean, to be fair, I actually drank like a half glass of water, kind of.
You're passed out in a bed.
I took a sip of water and then had an ale.
You spat
Like
out
water.
half a glass of water.
Other way around, Archeo, it might have worked.
Yes!
And then Paris, I
Brendan,
presume,
you
is going to
spit
go to
out
bed.
half a cup of water. You didn't drink it.
I count as it was out.
So that's the end of the first day, and we're gonna take a smidge of a break right now. But that's your
So
introduction.
really have to piss.
Yeah, same.
I have.
And that's why you have a wireless
Nice.
headset, boys.
Thanks, Archeo.